Alright, ladies and gents. It is your caster, your main iCCup StarCraft TV caster, iCCup Fitz here. And today, we're going to be bringing you another tournament run on iCCup. Actually, just today, on January 3rd, 2013. This is fresh off the boat of replays about, maybe not even an hour ago. Spawning here at the 12 o'clock position on Hunters, or the Kespa version of Hunters. It will be ZancCo. ZancCo, I don't really, ZancCo. That's what you know. Now, there's a, that's got a C in there? Z-A-N. Oh, I forgot it's C in the overlay. I apologize for that. I will add that next time around. But that'll be ZancCo. And in the bottom left-hand corner, at the 4 o'clock position will be the red, the blue, yellow Zerg Legend of Z. Just for simplicity purposes, I put Legend in the overlay. And let's also give a shout out to Pebble, the man, the reason why this tournament is even here in the first place, to allow these players to go combat each other, to have some incentive to gain some more ladder points and all that other fun stuff. That is Pebble, of course. And yes, and Pebble was asking me, like, what kind of map do you want to see? And I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's just think of a random map. All right, let's do Hunters. I was going to say, because I thought this was for a future tournament, but he was like, you know what? Finals, you know, you're going to start off with Hunters because you're cool like that. All right, then. Hunters, you guys don't know, is the 8-player map. It's kind of, I don't, like, this is like, I mean, like, you see a lot of 4v4 Hunters, you know, if you were playing Brood War back, you know, when it was first, you know, super popular, you'd see a ton of them. You still do. For the people that aren't as super hardcore about 1v1ing, 4v4 Hunters is a big thing. Big Game Hunters is another version of this map with even more mineral patches. I believe this, what does it have? Is this 9? Yeah, but Big Game Hunters, you know, it sets you up for big macro games, but you also see a lot of cheese on this map as well, which can end games really quickly. So this map, maybe not as standard as one would think because there's so many bases. And I believe on the initial Blizzard version, a lot of these bases, randomly bases just wouldn't have gas. Like this geyser over here would be all the way down here, and this geyser wasn't here. A lot of like your right straight off naturals actually didn't have gas in the initial version, if I'm not mistaken correctly. If I'm not mistaken. Now, also quickly, I did want to just do a little shout out to players that if they watch this, I'll see if I can get admins to follow this as well for tournament ones. If we're playing on an 8-player map, which, you know, is very rare in that circumstance, the problem is if you look at the bottom right-hand corner, that's where the overlay comes in, where it displays the player's supplies, gas, and minerals. And it looks like we did have a 2-gate open, by the way, from ZancCo right now. Pretty cheesy again, kind of going by that again. And Probe, did he loot the drone from that? I don't even know. But what I was trying to say is, if you're gonna do one of these 8-player maps, do the one-on-one setting, because if a player happens to hit the 4th, the 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th slot, the overlay will not display it properly. And are these Zelts gonna get found? Oh, look at that! But brilliant positioning. The Limbs are gonna get surrounded on them anyway, except for this one going to the left right here. Really nice positioning right here, but these Limbs should be able to clean them up. So these Zealots will die an unfortunate death. And it looks like Protoss will be just going for the Forge to cannon himself in right now. So we'll see. Because this is the Kespa version, it's not like you have like 1,000 mineral patches. And I believe it's all actually standard mineral patches as well. So just really careful. But anyway, getting back to my little reminder, if you are going to do that, it's just so I can't use my old program. I have to use this like other like half decent program, because if you look at it, sometimes the names will swap over, and it's kind of disorienting to watch. But if you don't mind that for this game, again, hopefully it doesn't bother you too much. But anyway, we do have Legend coming in here trying to pressure with a lot of Lings right now. He did get up his second hatchery, and he stopped mining gas. Like, he's going into a huge Ling mode right now. And against the 2-gate, I'm not really sure how well this is going to work, especially with the cannon finishing up here. And it looks like this was just to get up that one cannon, as he should be, you know, fairly safe from this, as He has 5 Zealots over here, and he has, you know, a double-layered gateway right here. So he should be fine, and we'll just kind of see how this game will progress. Maybe we're probably going to throw down a Stargate. Yes, he will do that. Just that. As really Protoss is going to have to get around the map somehow and start harassing the Zerg is going to do that. It looks like he may be starting to set up an expansion as well right here. But Zealot's trying to get in a good position right here. This choke is fairly wide, so if a Zealot does decide to move out an inch along, these Lings could try to get us around on these Zealots. Would be very unfortunate for ZancCo right now. And it looks like ZancCo will throw down this next attack this time. And ultimately, this should... I don't know why he's trying to engage this. I don't think... Mistake right here. Oh, but the Lings are trying to get us around, but I think nice pulling back up the Zealot right here. And Protoss... Zealots are very, very beefy units, and is he going to continue to rally? It looks like... no, it looks like he's going to drone up from here. Did make another set of Lings right here. I don't... Actually, this might just be enough to go through right now. These Zealots are really, really low on HP right now. He needs to get up 2 more Zealots right away to get in the front lines to defend. These Lings actually could do good enough damage right here. The Lings are trying to kill off the photon cannon first. It is understandable. It will force cancel on that, and we'll verify that there is another Nexus going up right here. Those Lings are going to be really, really annoying and pesky. They're going to be just running around right here. It looks like they're going to try to get in the main base. No, they're just going to run away. First Corsair is out. I hear him pew-pewing something, and we'll kill off the Scouting Overlord to the left, and if he goes to the right, he'll get another Overlord and claim his life. So it looks like he has... and, you know, again... You don't want the one-base style. I think that's what not knowing this map, not really knowing what your opponent's gonna do, knowing the architecture of this map, I really think Protoss has gone in this the correct way. Looks like we're gonna go into Hydra production right now to follow this up with going into 4-hatch Hydra. Generally don't see this as much off a 2-base, but you generally don't see this much saturation off the natural anyway for Surge. And it's not like the third actually is necessary to get up more Hydra. It's more for the... I'm referencing the 3-hatch build. You guys don't know. And he will claim the right Overlord like I was talking about beforehand. It looks like he's going to be getting his Templar Archive. So Protoss is actually doing, you know, a fairly standard, you know, ZVP right now. And Zerg... maybe going a little bit more cheesy, going with a massive amount of Lings early on, and now going to be going into a 4-hatch Hydra build, going into attacking a bit quicker. But these Hydras are probably going to have to be on the for more defensive purposes, as these Corsair are going to be roaming around the whole main basement now. It looks like he'd be able to claim 2 more Overlords if Legend's not careful. Hydras will come out and will force the Corsair to flee and retreat for the time being. And do have 4 cannons coming up for ZancCo right now. ZancCo is going to be getting up the air upgrade as well. Interestingly enough, to go that with only 2 Corsair. So we'll see what he will eventually go into this. He may have plans for carriers. I don't really know if that would ever be a possibility for Zerg versus Protoss. But, you know, it is Hunter, so I can't really rule out anything. Sitting here as really I'm not super knowledgeable of ZVP on Hunters, and I don't know if either of these players know this matchup specifically for this map. Anyway, looking back at Zerg, it looks like he may be pushing out with a dozen Hydra, and he's just continuing to make Hydralisks right now, and he's going to be getting up the range to finish this up as speed is done and probably hit when range is done. But I don't think he's going to be able to, with a dozen Hydras, and DT's out as well, and with slow Overlords, that will thwart this push, and Zerg's probably going to better off to take another expansion. It looks like we already have the drone out here. Is he going to try to take the center base, which would be kind of silly because the gas is so far away. And it looks like he'll just expand down here. All right, getting up his 3rd hatcher right now, and gonna get, getting his High Templar up and getting air weapons still completing up right there. That's definitely not a misclick right there. DT's coming down to this 3rd base location. Overlord gets right in position right here, but this may force a cancel as DT's do so much DPS so quickly. Hydras will deflect that immediately. No, it will force a cancel overall, actually. And you know why? Because the Overlord got killed off by the Corsair. I'm silly. And Protoss. Oh, here comes Legend trying to come in here. Oh, the Storm's going to be absolutely amazing.
that storm hits like the entire ramp location. There's nowhere for the Hydras to jump or strafe to the left or right there. So maybe not the best to be going Hydras to aggressively push Protoss at this stage in the game. Maybe I guess is what. Maybe if you're learning Hunter's metagame for ZVP, probably doing a 2-hatch or like a 2-base Hydra push is probably not the smartest idea. Protoss will be acquiring their 3rd base right here. Going to be happily off of 3 base right now. And really, you know, Hunters, again, this is kind of why you can get into these super long games because, I mean, look at the standpoint where, Protoss is happy right now. I mean, all they have to defend is this one little choke point. I mean, they will have to worry about drops later on if we were to see Overlord, if we were to see Ventral Sacks being researched, of course. But Protoss doesn't really have to worry about this one. Zerg is going to be taking their 4th base right now as they, or that will be their 3rd base because this one they can't drop. I forgot. So Zerg is going to be losing that base yet again. This DT is doing astronomical amount of damage, unfortunately, and ZancCo is just not having an easy time acquiring a 3rd base, and will be reflected back over here to take that 3rd base. Of what I'm assuming. And here comes the Protoss army right here, coming to wide open right here. This is a big space for Zerg to spread out their Hydras. It's going to be enough. The storms are just too good, and the High Templar are out of energy right now, so if we were to have... This actually might just be enough Hydras, actually. Yeah, this should be enough to kill off the army, so Protoss will have to retreat, but bring in an Archon and a lot of Zealots right here. Is this going to be enough? No, it will not be. Protoss should probably sit back and just wait for a couple more gateways to finish up before he can continue pressuring, as he's only been off the 2 gateways up to this point, and I think Zerg should just take this time to do exactly what they're doing. Double expand, as Protoss is going to have to wait another minute or 2 before they'll push out and be able to actually do something. And he's going to be taking the center base. Again, this isn't necessarily the most optimal base, but because it's been so difficult for Zerg to acquire these other bases, it's probably his only option right now, as the DT is just causing too much havoc with the Corsair over there. So he's just going pretty much every kind of unit composition you can think of. All gateway units and Corsair, and pretty crazy stuff. Zerg may even take the top right-hand base. Is supply blocked currently. So we'll see when that will go. It's just going to get Overlord speed done, so I don't think we're going to see any kind of drop play, which would be very, very powerful on this map, because really Protoss, I mean, look at this base. This base has nothing to defend him. This army's over here, so if you were to do, I don't know, 24 lings, or excuse me, 16 lings, we're getting up to, what, 5 Corsair right here? Yeah, 5 Corsair. So getting up his Hive Tech right now as well. So I'm probably going for some Dark Swarm action. That's probably be very powerful on this map. And yes. But again, if you were to drop, two full Overlords right here with Crack, or really, yeah, with Crack, probably you could just take that base down super quickly. Now, Zerg is starting to take a lot of bases, but you have to worry that he may not have the economy right now to... He's building up his economy right now while Protoss has been off the base for so long, and this is the time where Protoss will start pushing out right now with the 130 army. And generally, Zergs are behind in their supply in comparison to Protoss. But I mean, when you're at 137 to 80, I'm really not thinking that's really such a healthy difference for Zerg versus Protoss at this given time. Maybe he'll send an Archon though. This hatch is getting a little starting to overextend himself, but they're just gonna go in here anyway. Storming, nice storm dodge, leaving 5 of them alive, only losing 3 of them. That could have been a lot worse, so nice reaction right there. And I did hear a shuttle being loaded up. Where are we, shuttle? Shuttle has he's gonna do a DT drop with a goon and a zealot right here. Again, just elevating, whatever you want to call it, dropping, whatever you want to call it, into bases, and these locations are going to be so powerful. And with DT here, that's just going to make this base so difficult to defend right here. He's going to have to send over an Overlord there ASAP to defend it. Is this base going to go down uncontested? It looks like that may just happen. as there's nothing to defend here. Trying to make an Overlord in attempts right here. Maybe he'll be able to defend here, but he will lose all of his drones right now. And these Lings will help us defend here. We'll have to defend 2 locations at once right here. Protoss will double trying to drop right here. Protoss bringing in the army to kill off this top right-hand base right here. These Hydras are going to be killed off. This top right-hand base will be killed and denied, of course. And here comes the swarm of Hydra Ling, but this choke point is going to be impossible for Zerg to engage in, and just 2 swords across the entire Zerg army, and 161 down to 68 right now. Not too good for Zerg right now, and he will lose space, of course, as well as a response to that. And now Zerg's Protoss is going to push down into the mid-center right here. And this base is actually in a bit of jeopardy as well here. Definitely trying to get a lot of Lings right here, but this is a very powerful army coming here with their +1 and the +1 Corsair right here, and the Archon. This is just a very difficult army to kill off right now for Legend right now, and this is just not too good for him right now. And we don't even have a GG apparently. We have blue Lings spawning because that means they are neutral, and a pretty interesting Hunters game. You don't generally see, 1v1s on this. I thought it was going to be a different taste. And yes, guys, so that was iCCup StarCraft TV game number 1. I will give the win to ZancCo because this guy is legit, and we'll be back momentarily for game number 2 that I believe loser picks map, so it won't just be Hunters again. All right, guys, thanks for watching again, and iCCup Fit signing out. Peace.